President Obama's speech to the Democratic convention was likely his last as an elected office holder. A recent CBS News poll shows that just a quarter of voters want the next president to continue his policies. 21% want more liberal policies. Nearly a half want more conservative policies. Alex Wagner is senior editor of The Atlantic. She is with us today, along with CBS News contributor Bob Schieffer. He's our former chief Washington correspondent, and we just can't let him go. He's also a former moderator of Face the Nation. Good morning to you both. It's good to see you.
Great to be with you guys.
Bob Schieffer, let's start with you. What did you think of his speech? Was he effective? Did he do what he needed to do?
Oh, I thought it was a fine speech. I mean, Barack
Everybody
Obama
says that today, yeah.
knows how to make a speech, and I do not believe that Hillary Clinton could have asked for more than what she got from him last night. But, you know, going back to what Alex and I have been talking about this all week on various programs, Donald Trump, whether he meant to or not, set the table last night. And we found out what the Democratic strategy is going to be. They're going to make it as much about Donald Trump as it is about Hillary Clinton. And they're going to go, as you saw last night, go straight at him. Yeah. And they're going to say, basically, he's too dangerous to be president.
Yeah, we had some people from the camp, the Hillary camp, and they said that was carefully coordinated, the way they put together those speeches to make those messages.
Yeah, I mean, Leon Panetta heard Trump and rewrote his speech to double down on that. I mean, that's how seriously they took it. I mean, and they really think they found an opening there.
Donald Trump suggested yesterday in trying to do some cleanup that it was sarcastic, his remarks, about whether Russia should, or anyone else, try and find these 30,000 missing emails from Hillary Clinton's private server.
Sure. You know, I think Donald...
Hold your face on straight, Alex. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think the fact that Mike Pence, his running mate, was releasing statements completely to the contrary at the same time as Donald Trump was making his sarcastic comments leads to a lot of questions about how much coordination there is between the candidate and the running mate. I just want to add one thing to what Bob was saying about last night, though. This is also a moment about Barack Obama and his relationship with Hillary Clinton. I think you will see Hillary Clinton stapled to Barack Obama's side for as much of the general election.
Which raises an interesting question. If this is seen as the third term of the Obama administration, is that good for her?
I think the Democrats and the Clinton campaign believe that the strategy right now is not really appealing to the middle. It is about boosting turnout among the Democratic Party. Yeah. And he is a surrogate like no other when it comes to that.
But Charlie made a really interesting point last night. He said he doesn't remember the last time you've seen an incumbent president being praised so highly at a convention. I mean, Al Gore was trying to get away from Bill Clinton, and there are numerous examples through history.
And, you know, what occurred to me last night, because I was in San Francisco in 1984 when they put Geraldine Ferraro on the ticket with Walter Mondale. They were so uncertain and unsure about how you did a man and a woman that their main rule was when you're on the stage, you will not touch one another.
Right.
You will not hold hands.
And that's opposed to
last night, I mean,
they looked like they were married.
Robbie Mook said, look at how Hillary Clinton put her head down on his shoulder.
The intimacy of that moment.
You and I remember Jimmy Carter tracing and trying to follow Ted Kennedy on the stage, and Kennedy running away.
Yeah, but I just thought, man, time marches on.
Yeah, John Favreau said last night that it was a full circle moment for both of them. It was also a big night for Tim Kaine, and a lot of people, he's getting a lot of dad jokes today on Twitter. It says, Tim Kaine is a soccer dad who can sing along to any rap song but hums the cuss words. Tim Kaine surprised you by telling you that of course you're coming with a family on the trip to Disney World because you're family too. And I like this one best. Tim Kaine is your friend's dad who catches you smoking weed at a sleepover, doesn't rat you out and talks to you about brain development.
Right.
So what's the impression he made?
Okay, so Gail, I feel like Tim Kaine has been positioned as the attack dog, and I heard more of a beagle last night. I mean, here was I know he was. It was an animated speech. Yes. He did his best Trump impression, but I felt like it landed more like Rodney Dangerfield than Donald Trump.
But
that said, he is an enthusiastic booster for her.
That is the secret to attack politics, when you can kind of stick that needle in and make people kind of giggle when it hits home. And it was not, you know, you can come out there with a sledgehammer.
Yes.
And it doesn't always go over well.
Sure.
But
And
when you can do it kind of the way he did, I think, in his opinion, clearly stated, I just think that's the most effective kind of attack politics.
Can I make one other, ask you about, because I know you think that Trump's comments where he's accused of inviting espionage are a turning point in this campaign, but also something that didn't get a lot of attention was in that same press conference, Mr. Trump was asked about whether we should reconsider sanctions on Russia and whether we should recognize Crimea as a Russian territory, and he said, yes, we'll be looking at that.
Well, I mean, this just plays to, I mean, I would just guess Democrats could not be happier. We all talk about all these things that Donald Trump has been able to say and get away with. This is maybe one bridge too far here. Maybe it won't hurt him, but I mean, it's surely not going to help him. I mean, when you say, you know, he's in cahoots with the Russians, whether he is or not, or there are all these connections, I think people in all demographics, as we look at it here,
and not just Democrats.
That's easy to understand. This is not like explaining mortgage rates or something like that.
Chelsea Clinton will speak tonight. Big night for her. What do you guys think about the comparisons between her and Ivanka?
I think they're accurate comparisons. You know, both of them are incredibly poised young women. They are great surrogates for their mothers. For their mother and for the father in the case of Donald Trump. And I think both Trump and Hillary Clinton need as much humanizing as they can get, and looking to the family for that, I think, is the right strategy.
Well, I mean, aren't they friends? I mean, don't they actually know one another in New York and sometimes show up in the same places? But again, I go back to this. This is going to be an election about Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. And, you know, both sides are going to make it about the other one, and it's going to be them. That's what it's about. Not about the kids, not about the wives.
Can't wait for the debate.
Not about
This
the
is
kids
going to
or
be
the
one of
wives.
the roughest, nastiest campaigns in the history of American politics, and hey, we've had a couple.
All right. Thank you, Bob Schieffer. Alex Wagner, always good to see you.
Thank you, guys.